is BetCast on a Wednesday. Our first time Moose here. Late night, 9:45 p.m. type show. Woo! It's good to be back. It's good to be here on a Wednesday. I'm Justin Perry. That is Alec Musa. It is ShotQuality Live BetCast, the only show that uses SQ Live data to attack the board all at once. You know what it is. Welcome back, Moose. Not a long hiatus for us. Not exactly the most active episode yesterday for us, but we told you less games means more of us. We're going to be back at it. We got a little bit more going on tonight. We just saw a little bit of action end. We have some great games starting up, including Kansas, Cincinnati. We're going to take a look at all of that really fun stuff today and live bet it for you right here. Moose, how you doing, man? A little bit later, but plenty of action on the board. You seen anything you like? You want to start off with any plays today? I know I had 4 plays. You had 1 play yesterday. We'll change that a little bit out here tonight. How you feeling? How you doing?
I went women's college basketball and missed on the hook. It was the worst part about it. I had it, then I didn't. I had it, and then I didn't. Look, I have a play. I'm just line shopping right now because, given the slate of games, you can kind of do that right now. So I'm looking at Bakersfield, Riverside under. I'm seeing 149.5 on MGM and 146.5 on FanDuel. That makes no sense to me. So I'm going to go ahead and assume that MGM has the best line. I'm going to log in first. They locked me out, so I knew something was fishy.
But yeah, look, I love it. If you are new here, of course, we use our ShotQuality Live data to take a peek at what's actually happening in the game under the hood. So right now, sitting at halftime, 33-44. Riverside kind of struggling. ShotQuality, though, saying both these teams overperforming in terms of their points earned per shot, right? You can see here currently getting 1.2 for Riverside, 1.64 for Bakersfield. These are very high numbers. So we'll go ahead and lock it in, Musa. I'm getting under 149, minus 115. We can go ahead and make that our first play of the episode. Woo. It's a little late out here on the East Coast. I know, Musa, you're vibing out there in Arizona, a little bit more appropriate time for you, but we got a nice slate of games. I'm going to go ahead and lock in on that pick there on the under. Hope we get a nice slowdown in that Cal State UC West Coast matchup. Some teams we don't normally get to talk about out here. We're going to have a fun time with it tonight. We're going to keep betting. We're going to be scrolling and rolling like we want to be. And we're going to be here at this time for the rest of the week. So tomorrow night, Thursday, same time, 9:45. And Friday, back again, getting in all the BetCast we can. Again, special time, 9:45. So now you know when we're going to be here. We're going to give a little bit of a shout out to our presenting partners over at SportTrade. If you do not know about the betting exchange, our presenting partner, as I said here at BetCast, is SportTrade. SportTrade offers a one-of-a-kind betting experience, fast, tight, in-play lines, instant play. No spinny wheel, no am I going to get my live bet down? No, what SportTrade offers is so unique because it is not a sports book. It does have live human text support available in New Jersey, Colorado, more states to come for 2024. You can register at getsporttrade.com using code SQB, $500 back through 3% back on every bet up to $500 technically. But we have a great deal with them. We love SportTrade. We love what it offers. Super happy to have them as a presenting partner. We've talked with their CEO on the show. He hit some bets. We love our friends over at ST. All right, we got a bet in. We're feeling good. Musa, you got anything else? I'm looking at this game right next to it. NC Central, Maryland, Eastern Shore, sitting here in the second half. A tight game, currently at 44-42, but ShotQuality saying 35-38. I lean towards maybe a UMES. I don't know what people call them on the money line, but we're definitely finding
UMES.
Look, you Moose, whatever you want to be, Musa. I'm down for it. Let's go ahead and look at an under here again on this one. We'll go ahead and lock that in. getting a little late in that one. It's a fun game. Under 148.5 minus 120 is what I just found. Moose, I don't know if you're getting in on this one with me. You feeling good?
I'm just for bookkeeping purposes. I want it to be known that I did finally get a line on the Cal's Bakersfield game. I got under 148.5, so not quite the value you got, but right around there. And I saw it dip to 146.5 the second after really I placed it, and then I see 147.5 on DraftKings. So it's all over the place. The thing I use to find plays, BetStamp, has been down all day, so kind of been hoping and praying to find the best value places. I am not going to get on.
Make sure you shop. You know, I just saw 151 out there as well, and we're not always going to get the best line here on the show. You know, we're scrolling and rolling. It's your prerogative at home to get yourself the best line. We're going to do what we can. Let's go. We got our good friends here in the chat. Everyone checking in. Of course, we're also watching the pick of the day. We're sitting here watching our pick of the day come in. We got Randy Kelso in the chat. Giving us a little shout out to go look at Michigan. We're on the under, so sitting here with what we have an under 150. They have 55 points at the half. They have a 96 point second half. I'm going to be very unhappy, but this is definitely a good spot based on the data to get in on this Michigan team on the spread on the money line. We like to do that double dip. We go half unit, which is my standard live spread and total play size. Quarter unit on the money line. A little bit tough to trust this Michigan team right now, but the shot quality data gives us that extra backing to make us feel a little bit more okay. So, Max, I know you're sitting there. Shout out to you, Maximilian. Plus, I'm seeing 13.5 minus 125. I'm going to take that. And then I'm seeing a 10-1 money line. So we'll go with the sprinkle, the quarter unit. It's a big risk, but we've seen it before. We've hit these plays before. Come on, Michigan, don't let us down. Let's lock it in. All right, loving that. Moose, are you following me here on Michigan? Or are we feeling a little like the Wolverines are not super trustworthy right now?
I'm eyeing a different Wolverines team right now, and that would be the Utah Valley Wolverines.
Wow.
On the surface, it doesn't look like it's a ton of value. With Utah Valley only should be up 6, but the shot quality points per possession for me leans towards wanting to bet Utah Valley, and I'm seeing 4.5 on DraftKings, but DraftKings has me locked right now, and I don't know why, so I'm going to line shop and see what I can find, but when I press the button, I'll let you know what I got, but I believe that's going to be a play for me.
All right. No, I like it. I think, going a little bit deeper into some of the numbers, Musa likes to take a look at sort of the amount of points being developed in terms of the shot quality expectation, right? So he's down here looking at the shot quality points per shot, seeing that Utah Valley is developing good looks, maybe lesser possessions in terms of what's going on. Over time, that lead in the points per shot should exercise itself, hopefully. Spacing the gap out. Good luck, Moose. I hope you get it. I will not be joining you on this one. I'm taking a peek over at Villanova DePaul. This is interesting. I mean, look, DePaul, we know they routinely underperform, but we are expecting to have a lot more points here at Madison Square Garden as things get underway in this early round matchup of the Big East tournament. So I do think we can go ahead and mark this one for the over and lock in another play. I'm so happy we're locking in plays. Yesterday was so difficult.
That was brutal. That was tough. It was tough seeing.
We had a good time. Look, I had a nice time. We made some bets. We were looking around. I hit that NBA pick. That's all we got. You can see the record right there. 1-3, 0-1. We're just trying to get that in the rearview mirror. We got that, though. We're going to go over 123.5 here on Nova and DePaul. Big East tournament. Come on, let's get some points. All right. I'm liking it. Yeah, 123 minus 115. Decent line there. I mean, again, I do think we could see it loosen up a little bit. These teams
19-12. That's crazy of a score.
Yeah, it's actually down even lower. So hopefully you guys can get an even better line than me. It's bad line, as I was saying.
Just making sure it's known. Utah Valley minus 4.5. I was able to get it on ESPN Bet. If those on the show have the book, just what I was able to get.
I ended up. well, this is on the screen. Scott, what's up? Welcome to the show. But yeah, I just saw it fell to like -1. It fell to 120.5 for me. So that's what I'm going to be tracking at 120.5 max. It did spinny wheel down. Sometimes you get lucky that, the spinny wheel goes in your favor and the book, not lucky, but sometimes you get in a positive predicament with a spinny wheel. This time saved me a point or two. It happens. We're not, again, trying to get the best line that we can get. Moose on Utah Valley. I'm here getting a Villanova over. Let's get some points. Moose, what did you just play, though? What did you just play? It was the Utah. My head's spinning. It's a Wednesday. We're not used to this.
Just to confirm, DePaul Villanova over 117.5. That's what I was able to get. Now it just dropped to 116.5. I swear this thing's going to go down to 90.
Come on.
And Utah Valley -4.5. So I got the Wolverines to cover against Cal Baptist, 1 point less than what they closed at. And then DePaul, Villanova, you said you got in at 122.5, then it went to 120, then it went to 118. And I got spinny wheeled, by the way, at 118, and it went to 117. Wow. And then now it's down to 116. Wow. -130. Now it's 116.5 -110. This thing's just going to keep going and going and going.
They need to score some points. They need to score some points. Now, we do
12
have
points? DePaul? Come on.
We'll get it. Come on. We trust the data. Some spinning wheels, some no points, some ugly basketball. I'm assuming being played right now, a lot of bricks being shot. Let's hope some of them fall. We got the play sheet. We got Maximilian in the chat. He can get you guys this list in case you need to see what's going on. But let's get back to the action. Let's go to the top. Let's make sure we have everything here, as we want. Hit a little reload. Make sure we haven't missed anything. Some 10 p.m. games will be added to our view shortly, which is going to be fun. Let's talk about the games we haven't even heard about yet. Stanford's playing Cal, and this is a full halftime, 100%. Stanford expected to be winning by 7, but losing by 11, Moose. We can't get much more concrete and definite in our shot quality play here. So I hope you are all pulling up, maybe sitting here, seeing it before we did, pulling up your lines on your sports book, getting a good old-fashioned Stanford play ready to go. I'm seeing +7.5 right now, +8.5 available as well. So I also see a +325 money line, quarter unit sprinkle on that money line. Going to take the 8.5 -125 on the spread at DraftKings. Doing my shopping. Let's go ahead and lock that in. Feeling good, Moose. It is the first ever late night episode of BetCast, and that is again because we try to engineer our streams around when the most games are on for the most active live betting nights.
Engineer, I like that. That's a big word.
Engineer, yeah, I can spell. No, yeah, we do though. I mean, that's the whole idea. So we're going to be at this time the rest of the week. I'm not sure what time Saturday is going to be yet, but Thursday, Friday, same hour, doing the whole thing. A little different. We have some games we haven't talked about yet. Just got in on Stanford, liking that one. Expecting Cal to cool off a little bit. Maybe that game get a little bit closer. Talk about some MAAC action, but not much for us to make any live bets on here for Iona Fairfield. This one's going to be tight. I do have a little Iona future, so I'll be rooting there, but nothing crazy. Same thing, Middle Tennessee, Louisiana Tech. This one essentially spot on. We just made a nice play on our Penn State Michigan game. We expect Michigan to kind of get back in that one. You can see a wild disparity here. Michigan earning 0.7 points per shot right now, expecting to be doing better than Penn State. So hopefully some shots start to fall. But all right, a couple games we are just getting into our realm of betting, Moose. The SWAC tournament right now kicking off today. Grambling, Alabama State has 30 points, expected to have 39. So right there for me, I'll let the Star sends things into the mind.
The Hornets, right? That's Alabama State, right? Grambling State, I think there's something normal, like the Bulldogs or something. But I know Alabama State's correct. The Hornets.
Yep. I do think it's the Grambling State Bulldogs. My many days of crafting mascot images, 123 days of daily picks. Yeah, no, I know most of the mascots in D1 at this point. Clemson losing to Boston College. Another one. We're going to monitor a potential overplay here. You got both arrows pointing up. If you want to do things quickly, you're just literally you have 5 seconds to scroll through. You're on the zoomed out view. The arrows sort of tell you. So like if I'm just scrolling here, all right, over, maybe a play on Kansas. And like
Grambling State Tigers. Bulldog, tiger. It was an animal of some sort.
We're not perfect. I know there is. Who's the bull?
What's it called when they walk on 4 legs? Quad. Someone. Oh God. You know what? Let's just pass.
Is that what you're going
for?
Yeah. Words out here today, Musa. Okay, come on, buddy. Let's stick with live betting. And we'll go from there. No. I do. Chat GPT and me. It's a little team up work. One day I'll reveal my secrets. But Georgia out to a big lead right now on Missouri. What do you like here? Are we going to go ahead and trust these Tigers to get back into it? Of course, these are Bulldogs. We got the actual mascots going on here, Moose. Are you getting in? It's supposed to be a 4-point game. It's a 11-point game. I'll wait. We're going to be waiting. We're going to be waiting on a few of these to maybe kick into high gear, but I think there are potential plays on all 3 of those. So, interesting. I don't know. Anything else you're seeing on the board, my friend?
Yes, I might be jumping on a game here in about 5 seconds. Where's the button?
Suspense. The suspense is killing me, Moose.
So I got under 153.5 in North Carolina Central, Maryland Eastern Shore. What did you get? I waited to see the ShotQuality score get a little bit more differentiate itself from the
I got 148.5. So
and I got 153.5. So for the Maryland Eastern Shore game, I just waited for the ShotQuality score to get to about 15 points off of the actual score. Here we have North Carolina Central 10 points over.
I hope it doesn't matter. I hope it doesn't matter.
I hope it doesn't matter either. I hope it's smooth sailing for both of us, but it just keeps climbing and climbing and climbing. And I know we've had comments in the Discord about, tournament time unders. Is it different? I mean, shoot, you had Vanderbilt today, Quality Insurance.
Quality.
You had Vanderbilt today down 5, miss a 3-pointer with 9 seconds left, and just go, game's over. So you don't, and then you had Virginia Tech starting the fouling game with 2 minutes left. He scored 40 points.
Yeah, that too. Oof. I mean, it's been an intriguing day in the streets of college basketball for sure. Let's go ahead and maybe take a look in here at a couple of these games. I know a lot of people have a riding interest in Kansas, Cincinnati. We're going to have Maximilian come on the show again. We got our guy. He's always here hang with us. Anyway,
Ball took a lead, by the way, against Villanova. But dude, I know it's been a rough year for Villanova, but dude, don't lose it to Ball. Don't lose it.
I personally, if that happens, look, I don't want to talk about any specific people laying 40-1, type odds on Nova and money line, but that would be a spectacle. I think it'd be. Oh, man, dominoes would fall. Resumes would look terrible. Beating Nova would carry less weight. It'd be terrible for my Johnnies. But no.
Dude, remember the offseason they had? They got Hakeem Hart from Maryland. They got They got the Burn kid from Richmond, TJ Bamba. They still have Eric Dixon, Justin Moore, and they're going to go out. And I'm just saying, I know it's early, but come on.
I mean, it's also early here, but, everybody's taking terrible shots in Kansas, Cincinnati. Cincinnati's not developing a lot of good looks, currently sitting 62% on bad shots. I don't know. Is that indicative that we might continue to see this trend down? I mean, this is not a lot of points, 26 points, 25 points in 8 minutes here. Probably already going to have a live line that is underneath what you probably had. So currently it closed at 138.5. Let's see what the line is right now. Kansas, Cincinnati. I'm thinking about this in the sense that ShotQuality is identifying a game where they're not developing a lot of points.
You're digging deeper. You're digging deeper into the stats. I like it.
Digging a little bit deeper. So we'll go with this maybe experimental play a bit. There's not so much, I'll wait. But I am eyeing the under. Cincinnati kind of getting a few points back on the board. We'll wait here. Maybe a scenario developing to get in on Kansas. Of course, kind of missing their stars, their big players, not playing in the Big 12 tournament. How's that going to, impact the perception, the line? Hopefully get a good spot here to play on them. All right, back to our handy dandy. Oh, we got a comment. How's Clemson, BC look? Oh, I could tell you. All right, where? There you go. Clemson. Yeah. So they're currently down 14, expected to be.
This
down
is the second straight day too, where BC is outperforming expectation in the first half. And
Miami's a little different, but yes.
Yeah, but I mean, they were outperforming. Yeah, it is. Clemson was a quote unquote dark horse by, I think it was Seth Greenberg on ESPN. I mean, which I guess they kind of are because they're not a double bye team. So I kind of get that. Baylor, when he said Baylor, I was like, I don't know if that's really a dark horse. I'm going to have to redefine what that is. But no, Clemson came in with expectations to do well. Miami banged up, so obviously, or were banged up, so a little bit different. But BC, man, if they can rattle off a win against Miami and then beat Clemson,
hey, man,
it'd be pretty impressive. 18-32 right now. Quinn Post with 9 points.
I mean, do we want to get in if this is like the point? It's hard, right? It's like it's live betting, it's live trading. You don't know how the next bit of the game is going to go, right? Like Clemson could roar back here, expected to only be down 7. They're down by 14, so they could really get back into it quickly. And our edge, that discrepancy between the real score and the shot quality score could evaporate now. Or you could wait and say, well, okay, it's not really at the threshold. I want a little bit more. Personally, sitting here, knowing that we don't have the biggest slate, that we are sort of, playing a little bit looser with some of these edges, I'm going to go ahead and get in on Clemson. I do think this is a nice spot to buy in on them. They're down big. Come on, BC winning by 14. I think you can get a nice line here. If it was 7, it'd be a little bit different. So not exercising our full edge, getting in on it. What's up, Avetta? Glad you agree. Let's go ahead. Plus 6.5, minus 115 on Clemson. Plus 4.5, minus 115. All right, get the best line you can. I'm playing plus 4.5, minus 110 at DraftKings. Let's go ahead and lock that in. Tough to line shop when you are betting live. I definitely recommend having multiple sports books up, having exchanges up. Shout out to Support Trade. Course, our good friends, no spinny wheel, great pricing, human support. You know what it is, and some really
spinning
good
wheel will be the death of me. Let's be real with each other.
Who doesn't hate it,
man?
It's
cost me money.
Yeah. So anyway, we're getting in on Clemson here. We like this spot to have them kind of come back. I think this is definitely a game where we should see a close one towards the end. So hopefully they get back into it. A good spot to take an underperforming team early. Shot quality edge is definitely that direction. Seeing how it goes, a little bit different than normal, but I definitely do like this there at plus 4.5. Would love to see it just finishes that nice one possession game. Well, let's get it. Let's go. Clemson, another Tigers. So a lot of Tigers out there tonight, but let's go. All right, so we can unstar that. Maybe again, still leaning towards a potential over in terms of those Clemson points, maybe just Clemson's team total. You want to start lining those things up together a bit there. But yeah, not right there still for this over on Grambling. Alabama State looking like maybe we'll be getting in on Kansas shortly. Cincinnati leading this by 8, expected to be down by 1. Let's go to the top. Let's reload. I know there were a few 10 p.m. starts. Tournament games kind of roll in a little differently. Yes.
I think you got in on this one. I know you got on Michigan money line, but I'm gonna grab Michigan over 131.5, or 130.5. Sorry,
okay,
130.5 minus 115 on Michigan. 18 minutes left. 27-33 should be a close game. But more importantly, the shot quality score tells me over. So it was at 15, which is kind of my threshold, my cutoff. It just bumped back down to 13, but I still like the number. It's a close game. It closed at. It shows
150.5. It's our pick of the day, Musa.
My bad. So yeah, over.
Yeah, no, we're cruising in. We got 60 points in 22 minutes. Could not have asked for much more today, and that's great. I love when we get back in the driver's seat. Pick of the day. Been cruising, nice little hot streak building. I don't know. We'll see. We got to go for 3 in a row tomorrow, assuming we don't have a massive flurry. But even if we do, we have an independently backed overplay from Musa that has nothing to do with our position before.
Nope.
We talk about it a lot.
If Shot Quality would have told us that, hey, you know what, they're low
hammering the under
because they're not getting good looks, then so be it. But That's not what it's telling us right now.
I mean, speaking of not getting good looks, come on, Villanova, DePaul. That is gross at the half. I mean, everything I think, you're hearing about the worries for Villanova and Kyle Neptune. It's just, this is not what you want to come out and do. Everybody's been hammering DePaul, and you're up 2. They better, if they win by 10, I think it's a really bad look. So I'm not the committee. It's neither here nor there for me. We are hopefully seeing a little bit of a slowdown here in Riverside Bakersfield. I'm not sure how that live line is looking. We can check in on it, looking hopefully for that nice slowdown. But yeah, we got some stuff. All right, you guys in the chat. I don't know if you're
Bakersfield
seeing
live under 151.5. I mean, Riverside's out to a hot start. Bakersfield not so much, but we're playing with a lot of time. We're only 4 minutes in. You want to jump off, like you want to start the second half, obviously doing amazing, but sometimes from the 10, like USC today, for instance, USC Washington, we had the live under, and that thing it took a minute. And then, I think around the 9-minute mark, not even actually, it was like the 3-minute marker. They just didn't score for 2 minutes. So that was nice.
And also, I mean, I had Washington plus 3.5, and they had the most open look for 3. I don't know if you saw that, Moose, to cover and clank. No one guarding him. Easiest look he's going to get in his career, but no. Oh, well, that's the life. Anyway.
Well, I know what's funny about that, too, is I know one of the guys in the Discord had it was the under in, let me see. It was the under, and I got this. Don't worry. No, you
don't got it.
I don't got it.
Anyway, join the Discord. We have some great stuff brewing in there. A lot of live picks coming from Musa. Some great members-only content, pick of the day, everything you need as we get into March Madness in the Discord, discord.gg/ShotQuality. Some good stuff in there. Make sure.
I got it now. Rice, Wichita State. He had under 169.5. It was at 169, and he was what Washington had. The game's over. Rice is inbounding it. You're just going to let him get a layup or a nice 3-point shot. Nah, Wichita State was we're going to full court press, and for what reason I don't know. They had 9 seconds on the game clock left, and Wichita State pressed him to the point where Rice barely crossed half court, got up the worst 3-point shot ever and airballed. I was like, well, if it was me, they would have just opened the floodgates and let him shoot a 3. But hey.
We're gonna take a little action. We got to play here. I think it just kind of went a little bit the wrong way. I wish I had it 1 second earlier, but I'm going to get in on Utah Valley. Expected to be winning this game by 9, down 1 right there. Let's go. I'm going to do the double dip. We're going to go on the spread on Utah Valley. I got currently a nice -2.5 here. It's going to be a close one. Let me make sure all my lines are right because I'm currently still seeing the
You always got to check. You always got to check. Everything's going so quick. This isn't football where you get time.
Live betting is a hard feat. It's definitely difficult to see every line come in, make sure you get the best play every single time. You can miss the right play, and that will happen. Hopefully we don't miss it here. You guys at home definitely should be looking at Utah Valley right now. Currently, this score is a little ahead, so making sure that my sports book is proper. I have everything up right. I'm getting now a +1.5. I just want to make sure my lines are right. But let's lock it in. I'll let you know what specifically we're getting into. All right. Yeah. So, sitting here with my nice Utah Valley +1.5 -110 max. And then on the money line, I'm getting +106. So nothing crazy. No stellar lines, but shot quality. Expecting this team to be winning. It's all I need to hear. So I think they're going to come back, get it done. We got some comments. Let's see what's going down. Down 4 +105. Love Utah Valley. Let's go. I think this is a great play. Let's hope they come back, get it done on the money line.
I know someone that went to Utah Valley. He's the guy who's always in our comments. Surprised he's not here right now. Who always goes, "Go Utah Valley," when they're not even playing. And he says he's wearing his Utah Valley jersey tonight. I'm like, you might be the only person in Arizona wearing a UVU jersey, which I didn't know you could buy. He probably took it out of the hamper.
Love it.
During practice.
Out of the hamper. All right. Okay, we are clearly, this is clearly BetCast after dark tonight. Let's see if any of those 10 p.m. There are 10 p.m. tips, right? I'm not going crazy. There should be a few Maybe
they're going crazy, but
I think there were 9. There were 9:30 tips. I think is what it was. I am definitely losing my mind a little bit here.
The Sun Devils against Utah, and if you wanted to bet the Sun Devils to win the NCAA tournament, it's just smarter to bet them to win the Pac-12 tournament, and then take your winnings and go put it over the NCAA tournament.
Okay. Sun Devils. Are you officially supporting that play right now, Moose?
No, God, no. So bad. I do like Bobby Hurley though. I'm a Bobby Hurley stan. Tell him, Dad.
Okay. That's fair.
Not his fault.
That's
They're
fair.
terrible.
Hey, look, to everyone joining us at home, definitely want to check out the ShotQuality Live Score Center, which is what we use here every single day. This unique ability to see how, games are going based on the shots taken. You can get a lot of this information just by watching games, looking at box scores, doing the work yourself, but that defeats the purpose. Shot quality.
But it also helps if you don't know the team too well. Like if you're watching Wofford back in the day and watching Fletcher McGee and Nathan Hoover, you'd be like, oh, that can't be a good three-point shot. I know, throwback, right? And it's like, well, no, these guys are phenomenal three-point shooters, and based on where the defender's at, all the data we use and the AI and the visuals and all that kind of stuff, it is a good shot for those guys. Yep. But if it's me taking a three, regardless covered or not, it's not a good shot. So that's what I love about this too. But the eye test helps a lot, especially when you're watching a team that and then shot quality just backs it up. Like when I watch the Suns play and they're terrible, and then I check the shot quality score and it's like, yeah.
We'll talk some NBA. We might look into some NBA tonight. I'm not sure what the NBA slate's like. I'm a college basketball nut during March. So
I was going to say, we'll switch to that later.
A little later. But let's keep taking a peek at some games. I'm going to say this with a little concern for myself, of course, but I might want to bet on Missouri, Musa. Did
they win a playoff game? Did they win they went 0 in conference, right? They didn't win one, did they?
I cannot attest to the validity of that statement.
I see Max giving thumbs down. I don't think they did.
Leading the 5th on this one. Speaking of Max, though, I think it's about time to bring our good friend Maximilian in. We always tend to. Towards the end of episodes, Max runs the sheet, makes sure everything stays spick and spam. Maximilian.
No, they had to win one, right, Max? They had to, because and whatever isn't possible. They would have beat Van.
I've got things to say. Oh
boy.
0-18, Musa. Missouri went 0-18 in the SEC. Like DePaul went 0 in the Big East. And speaking of which, DePaul is only down 2 against Villanova. Villanova is on the bubble. If they're not going to show up and play, why can we not put in the Indiana State Sycamores?
Hey, there we go. Now we're talking.
I'm done with Villanova. If you can't show up and beat DePaul, get them out. They
lost to a really good Drake team too. So it's like,
yes, exactly.
Drake's a good team.
Check
the major top 25 that dropped.
But yes, Missouri.
I need a little help though. Should I not bet on Missouri or do you, Max? What's your take on this? Are you going to take what I'm seeing a +7.5 out there right now on FanDuel at -102? You think that's worthwhile? I'm going to take it. I'm going to hit the button.
I'm fine.
I'm going to hit the button at 7.5.
I played Georgia pregame -3, but that's just because
that's
yeah. I mean,
but come on. Well, I think we'll stay within 7 +7.5 -102 on FanDuel. Let's not. All right, Max. You're click clack. Get it on the sheet. Do your job, but talk to me. Is there anything you're seeing? Have you tailed anything?
Look at that comment.
We got a comment. People chirping Max out here.
I'll put it back up. Look at this. I'd rather 3 A10 bids than 2 Missouri Valley. VCU.
Come on.
Richmond?
That's not the most damning statement.
Yes, it is.
It'd be Richmond, Dayton, and Loyola, right? Those would be the 3.
Ramblers, baby. I like them. All right.
They've been hot. I took them to win the A10. I think it's a good bet.
Yeah, I had them to win the regular season, which worked out very nicely for me. A little tie there. We'll take it home. Clemson looks awful. Seems like they definitely are not doing well. Down 12 right now, expected to be down 8. So that gap kind of closed for us, but didn't result in a tighter margin. So that's not great.
I can't get there with VCU.
Yeah, I understand. Now, we do have a definite spot here for Kansas. Again, these are going to be plays that you're not going to want. They're going to be like, oh, I thought this Kansas team was hurt. Look, they're developing good shots. They are currently down by 9, expected to be winning by 3. We're going to trust the Jayhawks. We're going to trust the data. That's what we do here.
UC hits a 3 right here. It's 30-18. I'm looking at the score right now.
Wow.
So you're going to get even a better line.
That's a little bad. But look, again, here's the thing. We like to try to pinpoint these spots where, you're getting better value than expected, right? So ShotQuality says you take all these shots over and over again. You replay the first 15 minutes of this game between Kansas and Cincinnati. The most expected score, the average, the median score will be 27-27. So they continue taking those shots. They continue developing shot value at these rates. You should expect Kansas to get back into this one. It's going to be a little hard to stomach. Already a pretty large margin. Make sure you're getting the best number. I'm seeing plus 12.5 minus 125 is what I'm going to lock in. It's a big number. I like it. I'm not scared. I have the record here. You can see it popping up 228, 169 behind me. Let's lock it. I don't know, guys. Am I crazy for that one? Is this a spot where you guys are like, nah, we got injury stuff going on, I'm staying away? Or is it just you tailing me data?
I mean, the live data takes care of the injury stuff, though. They're telling you guys like DeJuan Harris and the Furphy kid, they're telling you about their shots, not the shot, the Nicholas Timberlake shot. They're not telling you about Hunter Dickinson's shots because he's not playing, so he has nothing to do with the shot quality score. Kansas still has very good players, too, if you're thinking – Dickerson and McCullers are out, right? So if you're thinking about that, well, shot quality is telling you that without them, they have 27 shot quality points in 5 minutes. For me, it's a little too close. I liked it when Kansas had a better shot quality score than Cincinnati, but now that it's dead even, I'm going to pass for now. I'm eyeing Stanford, eyeing Louisiana Tech, which is right there, but no on Kansas for me, dog. It's a no, dog.
Are we taking LT? They're expected to be winning by 9, down 2. It was just 4. I think this is another play. We're trying to get these plays in. We're trusting the data. Let's pull up a spread
back down 5.
Tech. For what? Moose, what are you talking about?
51-46. It's about to be 51-46.
Okay, good. Let's get our value in. Let's pull up a line on Louisiana Tech. Get in on this one. Let's lock it in. Louisiana Tech, man, this team led this conference in almost all the metrics. I think was one of the few teams that led in both offensive and defensive efficiency.
They had a preseason player of the year in the
conference. I think they get back into this one. Getting plus money on it is really nice. I think we'll double dip. We'll go plus 2.5, minus 115, and a quarter unit at plus 145 on the money line. I like this team. I think, look, I've seen Middle Tennessee play. I've watched a bunch of their games. Would not be shocked to see this one come back around our way. Let's go LT, baby. I love it. This should be a fun one to sweat out. Of course, we'll be doing that all night. Should be a good time. It's part of the fun with this. It's a different experience than pregame betting. Of course, you're getting your bets in mid-game. You're sweating them out. You're trying to keep track of everything. I kind of have a very much just laser focus down the road. I'm not really watching the bets I've placed too much here. We don't do a lot of live hedging. We don't really manage positions, but you can, right? This tool, you could sit there and you could watch your plays and you could hedge. You could get live middles. You could try to get in and get out, secure value, that type of thing. Not easy to do, but definitely plausible. All right, guys, we do 45 minutes. We have been goes by so fast. 38 minutes of streaming.
Yeah, I didn't even notice.
Didn't even notice. We got
I'm eyeing Stanford, man. I'm eyeing Stanford, and I'm eyeing Louisiana Tech. I don't like to play, even though there's less games, I don't like to force things, if that makes sense. From what I do to get to my record, wherever it was when we had it up, 133 and 93. I don't.
Let me pull it up for you, buddy.
Yeah, you like how I have it memorized, even though I said I don't know what my record is.
Hey, Missouri, you know what? I like the jump from Missouri. We need a nice, good episode. Of course, we're coming off of a really strong Saturday. We streamed for 2 hours on Saturday. I think you went 9-7, Moose. I went 17-11. So. Yeah, Tuesday was a little bit of a weak encore, but hopefully we have a nice little endeavor here tonight. I've enjoyed these plays. I'm bringing up the sheet. We don't have a lot on the bone. You guys can keep scouring for plays. Max, if you see anything, we're waiting for the guest pick. We're just biding our time. I know it's coming, but let's
locked in. I'm locked in on that UC game. I hope you guys cover your 12.5, but I need UC to win that game. I actually. on the Big 12 preview, I gave that one out at 500-1 for UC because the path was there with McCullough and Dickinson being hurt. So I am a big Bearcats fan, which is ironic because I'm a Xavier Musketeer. So
I do.
Well, and a Maryland Terp. And a Maryland Terp.
Thank God. Dude, this Stanford game just keeps going.
We got some tight lines right now. We got tight lines. I'm looking around, seeing what we got. Utah Valley has fallen off a little bit since we played Clemson. Like was said in the chat, a little worrisome. Currently sitting +5.5, not great. Stanford now 7.5. That's fine. Villanova over at 120, sitting at 122. So gained a point or two there. Michigan sitting +9.5, only down 8. So a nice 4-point gain on that line. Kansas +12.5, still right there. You can get in with us. Missouri now +2.5, so gained 5 in short order there. Couldn't really ask for much more. And then, of course, the money lines. Hopefully we can get a crazy one on Michigan, man. That'd be fun. We have not hit a play like that big. But if anyone's going to do it, if it's going to come from any of these conferences, the first round of the Big Ten tournament is definitely a good target for a crazy money line comeback. So holding a nice ticket there, holding some good tickets. We need those totals to maybe improve. Riverside is 2 points above where we locked in right now. Musa, you have 148.5. I have 149, I believe, and a half there, Max, if you want to throw that hook on there, even though it's a little unfortunate to add. You're not really going to find too many push conditions in live betting. But yeah, NC Central this game, that one's probably looking the worst. It's currently at 155.5. So we'll look out for everything, of course. Lots still to come.
Which one's at 155?
The NC Central under right now. It's 66.57 with
you've got 153.5, Musa.
Yeah,
so Musa's feeling okay. Waited a little bit. He's a little tighter to it. We're gonna need a real slowdown here. But I just got my notification. Second half starting in DePaul, and Nova's only up 2. Man, this is gonna be. I can't. This shouldn't.
I already did my rant.
We shouldn't even be here. Yeah, I know. We don't need to rant again. I think everybody.
Justin, are you gonna go? Are you gonna go to any of these?
I'm not 100% sure. Honestly, I might go down tomorrow. I'm thinking tomorrow is probably the day if I was gonna go. We're doing a lot of shows. We're pretty busy. I've got a lot of appearances every. Whew, I wish, man. I got all the screens. I'm sitting here enjoying it as though I was there. I'm ordering hot dogs and wings to the apartment like I'm sitting in Madison Square Garden getting the indigestion just to feel the solidarity with all my sickos brothers over at Madison Square Garden. But nonetheless, no, we got some.
You're gonna buy me like a seafood plate when we're in Vegas?
Bro, of course. Yeah. And I feel like this is the longest into an episode we haven't
clip that.
Yeah.
You said yes?
I will. We go out there and you put in the work in Vegas, Musa. I will buy you all the prawns, the jumbo prawns, the scallops, your little heart, the oysters, whatever you want, dude. Let's go. Vegas seafood. That's what you want, buddy. All you. Happy to foot the bill. We're going to have a great time in Vegas heading out a week from right now. I will be in the sky, flying out, getting there, touching down, meeting up with Moose, hitting Circa, getting ready, going to go to some great sports books, film some great content, do the show. So live from Vegas, betting March Madness. Me and Moose in person. We've never met, Musa. All this time spent together, 45 minutes every Tuesday, Thursday, 7:45 our standard time here on BetCast. Saturdays, hours. This is episode 32. All the planning. That's like 50, 60 plus hours on video chatting, talking, doing the show. Finally going to get to hang out with Musa for a little bit. I don't think Vegas is ready. Vegas is definitely ready.
I was going to say, they've met.
Vegas has seen way more than you. What do we got?
Vegas, I'm jumping on real quick. I don't know. I think they just scored a bucket, so you might get a worse line, but I still like it as long as it's double digits. Stanford +12.5 against Cal. I waited for that ShotQuality score to get absolutely just crazy, which it did.
Crazy.
It's absolutely gnarly at this point. That's when you know it's bad, when you have the emojis. So Stanford
that's exactly how you know it's that bad, because of the emojis.
I think it's 62 to 46. Yes, that's crazy.
It is starting to escape the realm of
the game's basically flipped at this point.
Well, it's blowout. It's a blowout. That is a blow. It's blowout protection, because essentially what happens is that things on shot quality, you're aiming for a game state where both teams are essentially trying to take the best shot. And what can happen when you're down 16? Maybe you're milking the clock. Maybe Stanford's shooting threes. Doesn't mean that it's not a bad that it's a bad time for a play. Of course, it could just be luck. But at the other end of it, it's getting to a point where this game's kind of done. It's 14 points. Not looking great for our Stanford play. It could still cover. We got a very different line in the sand than what shot quality is looking at, which is really just who's winning and losing compared to the expectation. I just need my 8.5. Musa, you just need your 12.5. So hopefully we can keep it going there.
I waited a while on the shot quality. Maybe it just doesn't happen. Like I know someone said in the comments in the Discord that Justin and Moose haven't met. No, how crazy is that?
Never, man. He's in Arizona. I'm in New York. Max is in Ohio? Where are you at, right?
Yep.
So yeah,
maybe. Oh, he's in Ohio.
Go Bearcats today.
Yeah, man. It's crazy. This is getting a little scary, guys. That's getting a little scary. Oh man, I'm gonna go watch that. We are 45 minutes in. What does it actually mean when it just shows the emoji? Yeah, blowout conditions. So that means our algorithms have identified a potential blowout. That's all. And again, the issue with blowouts with shot quality is that the game state changes. We've shown some work on it. We have some research done on it in terms of like when you can essentially trust that teams are going for the best shot is when shot quality is the most accurate. So late game scenarios, shooting bad shots, it's just a little bit less likely that shot quality is going to be as predictive as it can be in those other places. So just good to understand everything's there. This is a tool. It is not necessarily, it's not like a pick selection service. It's data that we learn to read. It's like learning a language. But man, Villanova, I want to talk about it because this is not just is Villanova down 1. They are expected to be down 7, guys. So DePaul is putting in the work. This is not a fluke. You're sitting at the bar watching the show. You want to edge your buddy over there to the left of you, be like, hey, man, this DePaul team, this isn't just a joke. They might actually win this game. I'm not going to go ahead and say that we should.
That's kind of like the rare a team's favored and they're up big at half, right, but they're actually projected to be up even bigger at half.
It's the opposite, right?
It's the opposite. You would think
contra positive.
Yep, and you would look at it and you would think, oh, obviously I should bet Villanova, but it's like, no. Like DePaul is actually kind of the play here.
One of the last times I saw that was Chicago State against Northwestern. Just saying, Chicago State won.
Elliot, yes. The bottom line is yes.
Their first Big East win. Why not? Why not? Look, the bottom line is that if this was the shot quality score, if they were up 6 instead of up 1, it would probably be something like 340, maybe 400. I don't know. You're getting a little bit of value. You're not getting an amount of value that you have to run home and tell everyone, guys, we have to bet the DePaul money line. I'm going to mute. Someone else talk. I got the cops chasing me. They know I got too good of plays right now. So. Yeah, I'll go ahead and talk. Do you want to dive in? Go ahead and show the actual shot selection. I'm actually kind of surprised. DePaul has taken some very good shots. 18 good shots, only 3 bad shots. Villanova's the same way, though. Only 3. Yeah. Like, when has DePaul ever only taken 3 bad shots this far into the game?
There.
Yeah.
Max Struss was there.
I'm not taking anything here, but
we have the over. We're suffering through it. I feel like, okay, call me crazy. I have a feeling this could go to overtime.
Ooh.
A little Madison Square Garden. It shouldn't happen. I'm not going to bet.
Be nice for our over.
Do you know what I'm going to do, actually?
A little bit of wishful thinking. Yeah. The people like DePaul money line, baby.
Dude,
I don't know.
All right, and I'm actually going to do it. Someone pinged me earlier and said that DraftKings was giving out a live boost. I might go ahead and boost a little DePaul money line.
Wow.
Let me go check. Make sure, though, pro tip, make sure you check, though, those live bets. Bring those to the show if you got any boosts.
I mean, this is, you're still seeing crazy numbers, 700s, 800s on DePaul. It's a game. This is a game, and ShotQuality is showing you it's a game. I don't think they win, guys. Like, they should fall off at the end of this. Villanova should tighten up, probably get it done.
10th of a unit. I threw 0.1 on it.
All right, that's fair.
Congrats on your win, Max.
I don't even,
congrats on my DePaul.
Money lines pop up on some sites right now. That's so funny. I love college basketball so much. I hope you guys are out there hammering and they're all like pulling their lines. No, I'm seeing plus 700 right now. I'll go with the 0.1 sprinkle on the 700 for the show, for the solidarity, because ShotQuality says they should be winning by more than they're winning. We'll take the small play, not expecting it to get home, but it's a show. I got my $10 down. Let's go. Look, we have this coming and doing this show as part of my job has helped me make money. So I will continue to back the plays that I never, ever thought would be ones I'd be making, have done very, very well. So very happy about that. Enjoying using the data, honestly, as maybe a more, I think, confident live bettor. I don't sit there and like wait. I'm like, okay, team's cold, get in. And it's just over and over and over again. And teams will heat up. They are definitely more than 13%.
I like that you did not hesitate to put a quarter unit on Michigan at 10-1. I'm looking at the play sheet now, but then it's really hesitation at DePaul 7-1 with.
Have you watched DePaul's season? I mean, look,
I agree. I agree with the hesitation. I agree with
the price. Is a little different. The price is a little different. I'd much rather take a 10-1 on a team that isn't named DePaul every single time, right? Like, I just
come on. SQ knows first. Let's go, DePaul. Come on.
We'll see. I cannot wait for us to be holding a look, albeit live. It would be awesome if we were holding a 30-1 pregame, but we didn't have the data to back that up, right? So yeah.
Well, and I do know the tweet that you were referring to earlier about laying the 40-1. I did see that. That will be wild content.
On, play spreads. Please. Look, if you have an edge and you have an implied edge, I understand the way gambling works. So you make a play, you got a good reason. Results fall as they will. Let's go back to our handy dandy scroller, roller, 10-30 games populating potentially. We'll see. North Carolina Central kind of closing this one out here against Maryland Eastern Shore. We got Riverside trying to cruise it in here. Cal Baptist was on my upset list today. I will say they a decent line, like plus 185 here. That I've seen Utah Valley fumble bags like this plenty of time. Not sure if we're going to see a comeback. It might happen. We do have UVU, so hoping for it, but we'll see how that goes. Louisiana Tech needs to pick it up.
For the people that missed it, is it too late at 7 minutes to get back in on Louisiana Tech? I know you got it as a play, but is 7 minutes kind of where we draw the line? Or
I'd go money line more than spread at that point. But yeah, again, it's playoffs. You're trying to get in. I understand it. We usually like to get in before that last in an 8-minute media timeout. But we'll see how it goes. I think monitoring it, watching it. There's another point for Middle Tennessee. It's we're trying to do a lot of research behind the scenes. Of course, this is really, if you're new to the show, you haven't been hanging out with us. Was this episode 32 now, Musa? Since we started about exactly 3 months ago, December 12th was our first episode. ShotQuality Live has really come up this year, right? Last year at this time, if you were a part of the ShotQuality community, you were hearing about the live at the half score text messages we were sending. We had a service. You were getting those texts at halftime. Like that all became this. So everything's so new. We are obviously under the hood in the back of the room, watching all this data come in, doing our own research, finding where our data continues to be the best, developing ways to capture it and understand it and filter it for you guys so that we can, maybe find which plays that we've given out throughout the season here, or even on minutes where we're not actually on the show, but you can still obviously be live betting, where the value is the best, where it's the most reliable. It's definitely looked pretty reliable with Missouri. It's a 1-point game there. Love to see that. We got some crazy scenarios with teams that did not win conference games potentially about to win in the tournament. That's that's college basketball at its finest for you. If you're looking for a bet to get in on here right now, this halftime play for Kansas still looks good to me. I know there's some worry, the injuries, but they're just getting unlucky right now. Expected to be in a 2-point game, down by 13. That's a very definitive play. But let's take another little peek through.
North Carolina Central, it's a 3. Maryland Eastern Shore, it's a 3. North Carolina Central, it's a 3.
9 points in short order. That's going to probably do my line in. That happens. Look, that happens. And we can see here this game is distinctly over still. We have not really shaken any of that heat. It never really cooled off. They didn't, they didn't miss the shots it like reciprocally. I don't even know English anymore. It's almost 11 p.m. The latest we've ever streamed BetCast. DePaul up 5. Come on. This will be one of the funniest all-time things to root for. I hope you guys took a little sprinkle on the ticket. We're going to squad ride. I'm not seeing anything else. I'll tell you that right now. Max, Musa, let's get out of here. We've done a nice 55 minutes of BetCast, even longer than normal. We only go 45 minutes normally. Give you a nice taste of what ShotQuality Bets has to offer when you get the premium subscription. We're going to have a great deal. If you missed it, if we had a great deal already, but 8, come on, man. This is getting funny. Funny business out here. Villanova gonna get banished. Gonna need the shame memes soon. But we will be back right here tomorrow night talking about how this night went. We got more games coming. I literally sifted through every single start time for every single conference tournament to find out which periods in the week were best. It's going to be the 9 o'clock games. So this time, tomorrow night, Friday night, not go Friday activities. No, Friday BetCast. Musa, Max, appreciate you guys being out here with us again tonight using ShotQuality Live data to live bet the board. This is SQ Live BetCast. We will be back. Oh wait, I love that music. We will be back tomorrow night, 9:45 p.m. Cash some picks, win some bets. Let's go DePaul. Let's go DePaul.
Yeah.
Oh baby. Vegas next week. Shows all week. Love y'all. See you tomorrow.